in life, there's always the potential of a person receiving their karma, or as the Bible says, what you sow is what you reap, with the way you treat people and, and some of the actions that you do, which are disrespectful. And eventually, in life, usually, it comes back to bite you. And that's certainly the case with the Chelsea goalkeeper, Kepa. Now, um, he certainly is, well, an expensive signing for Chelsea. He was signed from Atletico Bilbao for £71 million, which is 80 million euros. So he kind of set the record as the most expensive signing for a goalkeeper. Before that was Alisson for Liverpool. And in his first season at Chelsea, he certainly had a decent season, even though there were games where he was dreadful. Most notably the 6-0 thrashing at the hands of Man City. It was just dreadful, that game in particular. But at the time, the manager of Chelsea was Mauricio Sarri, and the action I'm going to be mainly focusing on is what happened at last this season's Carabao Cup final between Man City and Chelsea. Now, the 6-0 thrashing that I mentioned that Man City gave to Chelsea was a league match. I'm talking about a domestic cup final, the Carabao Cup final, the Carling Cup final, as most of us know as growing up anyway. And what happened there was during extra time, Kepa was meant to be subbed off because Sarri was worried about a potential cramp injury that Kepa may have suffered while making a save before, and he was going to bring Willie Caballero on. He was going to bring him on. He was meant to bring him on, but Kepa refused to come off the pitch. He was gesticulating with his arms, saying that he's not coming off the pitch. And Sarri, along with the rest of the management team on the sidelines, were kind of confused, and Sarri was rightly furious. The lack of respect that Kepa had shown him by not respecting his decision to bring on Caballero and take and for Kepa. Kepa disrespected the manager, Sarri, on live television. He had no respect for the authority of Sarri, and he refused to accept the fact that he was to be subbed off, and eventually he stayed on the pitch, and he stayed on for the penalty shootout, which Chelsea lost 4-3 to Man City on. And as expected, Kepa was fined. He was suspended from the team. He had to apologise. He apologised to the manager, to the club, and he pretty much brought the team into disrepute, because then it kind of pushed the media narrative that that Chelsea are a club where there is player power that always supersedes the authority of the manager, whether it's Jose Mourinho, whether it's Andre Villas-Boas, or whether it's Antonio Conte or Sarri. And so That what Kepa did certainly underlined the fact that there has been a lack of respect from players towards the manager, and that was certainly the case with what Kepa did. And that season, Chelsea finished third, won the Europa League, and Sarri left Chelsea to go manage Juventus, which they've now recently won the Serie A title. But in the meantime, Frank Lampard took over from Sarri as the Chelsea manager, and Kepa in that season has been terrible. He was dreadful. He was, I think, he was one of the worst free keepers in the league, arguably. He was terrible. There was just he's been uh, this season. He just hasn't been reliable for Chelsea, for the defenders. And now reports are coming out that some Chelsea players will be comfortable, will gladly accept Kepa being replaced because they feel that they can't trust him. I think the source was from the Metro. It states here that several Chelsea players will privately welcome Frank Lampard signing a new goalkeeper, as they have lost faith in record signing Kepa, according to reports. So clearly, karma is striking back against Kepa. What he sows is what he reaps. He sowed dissension, and now he's receiving it from his teammates because they can't trust him to be reliable. This season, Chelsea conceded 54 goals. Despite that, they managed to finish in the top four. So it's not all doom and gloom because they weren't expected to finish in the top four due to a transfer ban. But now they've made the top four, and they're also making world-class signings like Timo Werner and Ziyech. So clearly there are things to look forward to for Chelsea, but one of them certainly isn't Kepa. Kepa has been terrible this season, and right now Chelsea are looking to move him on, which will be difficult because he's on high wages, and the price tag is going to put off a lot of potential buyers because they know that they have to pay him high wages, so they're going to probably put him out on loan. And like I said before, in life, karma, what you sow is what you reap, will always strike you back, and that's certainly what's happened to Kepa. What is happening to him, I should say, in the present time. And so you just have to just see what's happened with the terrible individual season he's had. There's at least 10 goalkeepers you could arguably say that are better than Kepa. Edison, Alisson, Leno, Kasper Schmeichel, Nick Pope, Dean Henderson, Patricio, who else? Hugo Lloris, Dubravka, so many. Who's the I might have mentioned. I think I did. I mention Nick Pope. Yeah, I did. Martinez, Arsenal second goalkeeper is better than him. David De Gea is better than him, even though he has had a good season himself, but he's still better than Kepa, certainly. And yeah, and there's many more I could name. Kepa has been useless this season, and right now, Frank Lampard is looking to move him on because he's been total hot potato garbage, and karma has struck, has now is going against Kepa now. What he sowed, dissension, is now what he's reaping, dissension, because nobody has any faith in him in Chelsea. They don't trust him anymore, and I guess Sarri privately, it's possible that he's laughing to himself, saying that that's what you get for showing me disrespect on live television. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Take care. God bless.